Today, I'm showing you my artwork I created based on a book, a non-fiction memoir by Lori Gottlieb. I really hope I'm saying her name right. If not, I'm so sorry, Lori. This book is based on her lived experience as a therapist and a patient, with stories of her patient as well as her own personal journey after an unexpected breakup. Before we get into it, hello there, folks! I am Thick Brows Iman, or you can call me by my name, Iman. Welcome to Arts and Feels, the safe bubble of this cozy corner of the internet where I'll create art and talk about the feels behind it. So, you might be wondering, why is my title of this episode Don't Hug Your Therapist? And of course, the artwork is of two people hugging. I'm really honing it in, aren't I? But the real reason why I titled this to be Don't Hug Your Therapist is because there was a funny part in this book where a patient hugs his therapist and the patient is at peace. A tear falls down his eye, whereas the therapist is in shock and looks like she wants to run away. Then the patient says, "I think we both feel better now," and leaves happily while the therapist is left confused. And I guess in my mind, I kind of made a connection with that and decided to just roll with it with my own artwork. By the way, I don't talk about any spoilers here, so you can freely listen to this and be spoiler free. You're welcome. First, before I get into the nitty-gritty of the art, I will read out the book description from the back of the book in case you feel like knowing more about it, and if you would maybe wanna get it, I highly recommend it. It has good pacing, I like the writing style, and I just couldn't stop reading it until I was done. It was a very heartwarming read, and the book left me thinking a lot about my own life and how I can contribute more to making it better for me and everyone around me. Okay, book description time. The best-selling book that reveals what your therapist is really thinking. Therapist Lori Gottlieb takes us behind the scenes of her practice, where patients are looking for answers and so is she. She recounts her experiences with her own therapist, Wendell, and explores the inner lives of her patients. A self-absorbed Hollywood producer, a young newlywed with a terminal illness, a depressed senior citizen, and a self-destructive 20-something. Realizing that the questions they are struggling with are often the same questions she is asking herself. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone offers a rare and candid insight into a profession that is conventionally bound with rules and secrecy. That's the book description. Time to dive into the artwork! I decided to make the main focus of this to be two people embracing. Why? Because I feel like therapy is like receiving a warm hug of self-reflection. One of the people I'm drawing is barely a real human. It's more of a reflection point on all the wisdom you get from attending therapy. I have shard-like objects as the background to symbolize the light reflecting into your soul when you've had therapy and all your inner light wakes up and guides you back to yourself. By the way, these are symbolisms I caught from reading the book, so maybe you should read it too. I also added some aura-looking fumes coming from the bottom of the hug, just to add in the whole symbolism of healing while also being not okay. So it could look like flames, but it also could look like water. It's up to your interpretation. I put tears coming down from the sky to really dial up the whole "yeah, I'm not okay" vibes to it, and outline the face of the person with orange color because they're the main character, and orange is main character color. The shard-like objects are yellow to symbolize light, and the background is dark blue for contrast. And also because these guys are crying. I made the main person look a little splotchy with different colors sectioned out on them because I wanted it to be like they're going through a transitional period in life and now they're all sectioned out, not knowing how to properly proceed.
And I made the reflection person look grayed out because it's just a reflection, helping the main guy to reflect and bring back their inner light. As for the background, I'm pretty happy with this one. I added some comic-y spots texture into it because it's a book reference artwork, and some spirals to make the embrace pop out. I also added in some circles into the aura coming from the bottom of the embrace, which now makes it look a tad bit like tentacles, but it's okay, we ball. Initially, I thought of adding the title, "Maybe You Should Talk to Someone," into the artwork, but after a while, I decided against it. I'll just use a ready-made font to put in the words, but of course, I'll manually write in my sign-off and Xander's. By the way, do let me know which one you prefer, the artwork with the book title or without. So, final verdict. Should you hug your therapist? Well, it depends really. Are you and your therapist comfortable with it? Maybe you should talk about it. Okay, but on a real note, I'm pretty okay with this artwork, and I feel it does capture the symbolism that I want and can be interpreted in many different ways, which is great. I know the main imagery is quite sketchy. It's intended, don't worry, and it's to sort of show that the reflection is a part of the main person, not a separate entity, but it does feel separate when you go to therapy to receive that wisdom, the guidance that will journey you back to yourself, to your own lovely choices and beautifully curated life. From this book, I resonated a lot with the characters and even cried at a certain sad moment. And I think this might be the first book to have ever made me cry, so congratulations, Lori, you've done it. I don't have a favorite character. I feel like each and every person in this book really lets us peel back at a sore spot of your own life. Well, that's how I felt, and I really like that. So do give this book a read if you want. You won't regret it. That is it for me, folks. Thank you for listening. Stay artsy, not fartsy. Bye-bye now.